You guys want to make one of these? Let's go. Supplies you'll need to make the newspaper kite. Full sheet of newspaper, 4 bamboo sticks, some string, popsicle stick, tape, a paper clip, I'll tell you why later, scissors, pencil, and a ruler. Okay. First thing you want to do is fold your newspaper to the length of the bamboo sticks. Okay, it's gonna be about 16 inches, so you're gonna have to kind of play around with the length. And right about here, it looks like 16 inches. So I'm gonna put a crease like that. So just to double check, you can put both 16-inch bamboo sticks along the edges. Looks fine. So I'm gonna use my scissors. I'm gonna cut the square, which will be the kite. So this is my 16 by 16 sheet of paper for your kite. Remember, don't discard the extra paper. We'll use this later to make the tail. So I'm gonna fold it, put to the side for now. First thing we wanna do is go down the middle, bisect the paper. We wanna get 2 sticks, bamboo sticks. We want to measure it the full length, the vertical length of it. Once you measure it out, you're gonna tape up the 2 pieces nice and tight with some tape. Okay. You might be using a bunch of tape, so make sure you have a nice roll ready. I try to do it in 3 sections. The ends and then the middle. And this should be enough. It just keeps it together. So this is the main piece right here. So once you get that together, you're gonna tape the top and the bottom, just like that. Then some in the middle. You want it nice and firm, so make sure you use quite a bit of tape. That's the easy part. Now for the second part, what I've figured out was you want to measure about 4 inches to the remaining 2 pieces of bamboo, and that's how much they overlap. So I'm just going to put a little mark here. And I'm going to measure and tape it 4 inches over each other. That's about the length you want to spread over to make the wing. Okay, and again, you want to tape the 2 ends like this so they're sturdy, and then the middle just get nice and solid. Before I tape this across, you want to bend this a little bit. It's pretty flexible, so don't worry about breaking it. You want to bend it so when you put it down, it'll be easier to tape down. Okay, so we overlap them about 4 inches, and also you want to go down about 4 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna measure 4 inches right there. That should be your center point. That should be right enough where you bend it and it'll shape the wing. So I'm bending a little bit, just I give it about 10 bends at least, 10 to 15 bends. So now it has some shape to it. Okay, first thing I want to do is center it. Now I'm gonna tape it onto the other piece of bamboo in the center. Okay, this is gonna be a little tricky because when you bend it, it's gonna bend this other side, so you kind of want to hold it down a little bit like that. Okay, and this might move, so you want to make sure this is nice and sturdy. So far, this is what we have. Okay, so from here, you want to bend it. You want to tape the edges right there. You want to tape this edges right here at this corner. Tape it on, just like that. Then I'm going to tape this piece right here, okay? Tape it on. That way, they're both evenly distributed. The bamboo is evenly distributed across the kite. Now, You just want to secure the bamboo along the way, okay? So, as you do it, you want to find spots that where it's bending up, and you want to tape it down. So far your kite should look like somewhat like this. You're practically done, okay? So you want to do this long part first, and do this part second. Once you get that, you're almost done. And if you need help, ask one of your adults. So now what I'm going to do now is with my paper clip. I bent it out. I'm going to use this pointy part to make a hole into the kite, and I'll use this rounded part to help me push the string through. That way it doesn't rip the newspaper more, okay? So I'm going to punch it through right here. Just be careful, okay? You don't want to make the hole too big. I'm going to go down about 10 inches. I'm going to punch it through here and right here. So it's a little tricky to get the string through the hole, so what I figured out was when you put it through, use the rounded part here to push it through. That way you don't tear it more than it should tear. And there's always tape. If you make the hole a little big, you can always use tape to tape it up. Okay, I got that through. And I would suggest you do at least 3 knots. I've noticed double knotting it, sometimes it gets a little loose, and you might get disappointed when your kite flies away. So do at least 3 knots. And if you have a hard time, ask one of your adults. Now I'm going to go to this end. Okay, I got this side nice and tight. I'm going to this end, use the rounded part, help poke through. There it goes, poke through. Poke this guy through again on this side, flip your kite over. All right, we're almost there, guys. I'm going to tie this, triple knot if you can. Like I said, sometimes a double knot gets loose in the sky, flies away, and you might start crying. But you don't cry too much because you can make another kite. But before we attach it to the string, the main string, remember the extra scrap paper we had earlier? We're going to use that to make a tail. Okay? And you can do it any way you want. I'm just going to fold this in half, cut it down the middle. And I'm going to fold this in half again. I don't want my tail to be that wide. I think what I'm going to do is just do 2 in the back. So I'll find a nice center part back here. Get a little piece of tape. Put it on here. Put it on here. There's my tail. Some people like to put it on the edges, the wings here. Some people have a longer one. But I think this will suffice. So now I am ready to add on the final piece de resistance. So this is the string. What I'd recommend you guys do is find an empty water bottle, tie it to it in the middle, because once you release it and it catches air in the sky, you want to hold on to it. Again, triple knot, just like that. Make sure you drink everything out of it first. So I'll give myself a good amount, just so I can catch some air, like Air Jordan. Alrighty, so I'm going to tie on this onto the kite here. Okay, I'm going to wind this up. So let's wind this up with this. Alright, here we go, guys. Here's an awesome homemade kite made out of newspaper and bamboo. So I've learned, hold the string with one hand, and then hold the kite from the top like this. Test it out right now. Don't be excited. Here we go. Woo!